Land disputes in Anambra as community raises alarm over illegal sales of village lands. Members of Ūñbēarable community in Awka North Local Government Area of Anambra State have raised alarm over the illegal sales of their communal land by some members of the community. Chief Anthony Ūñbēarable, a former president general of the community who briefed journalists, said the situation has become worrisome as some members of the community have constituted themselves into a group terrorizing the community and selling off its land following a crisis occasioned by land disputes. He said the situation in our community is very pitiable today. Some people have constituted themselves into tormentors and they are selling off community land and people are buying and building on them even as I speak to you now. They have chased away many families in the community and they are using the opportunity to sell the land property of all the families that have left the community, using the money to buy cars and marry new wives. The few people who have resisted the sale of their land have been kidnapped and taken into the forest, where they are tied up and beaten until their family pay ransom for their release. Ūñbēarable sounded a stern warning to the people buying properties in Ūñbēarable to be careful, saying that all those buying properties from the cabal in the village would lose them once peace returns to the community. If you want to buy land from a community that is not yours, the right thing to do is to go and make inquiries from the elders of the land, not just accepting whatever land speculators tell you, because once peace returns, you forfeit your land, he said. Thank you for listening to this news. And it is true. It is true. You can't just see someone's land and just barge in that you want to buy it. If there is any asset one need to be extraordinarily careful of before releasing his cash on his land buying, one need to be very careful. And one of the reasons why we have to be very careful in the issue of buying land is, one, not so you will not end up buying it from the wrong end. Two, so that you may not end up buying an acquisition land. Do you understand? Okay, if you buy a land that belongs to someone else or not from the wrong person, you will lose it, because when the owner of the land comes, he will claim his land and your money you will not get. You understand? So you have to be very, very careful, extremely careful. And that is by the way. Then another is buying an acquisition land. An acquisition land happens to be a government land, though belong to the people, but the government has taken over the land. So if you go on to buy an acquisition land, you may end up losing it. Because when you lose it, the government will come. Even if you have built a mansion on the land, the government will come and claim it, both the land and your building. So proper inquiry needs to be made before you start buying any land whatsoever, irrespective of where the land is located. Do you understand? Proper research and inquiry deserve to be made. We must not allow ourselves to be duped. A lot of people has fallen into the trap, and at the end of the day, what they get was a flop. Do you understand? Okay, look at this village now. See what is happening in the village. the villagers are now fighting themselves over land matters. And land matters, I will tell you, is something I do advise people not to dabble into because it takes lives. It takes life. You cannot predict it. Even the one you call your brother, don't challenge land matters with him, because yes, he is your brother, but it can change over land issue. Do you understand? It can change. So don't give in to that. So if you love your life and you love your family, you just allow them to be. Okay? God will provide another land for you. Do you understand? He will provide another land for you. Don't allow yourself to be a scapegoat. Don't allow yourself to be a scapegoat, because if you're a scapegoat, God will say that you are the cause. You are the cause. A lot of people have dropped dead just because of this land matter. I know many people that have died, that have given up the ghost just because of this land issue. I know a lot of families that have broken up just because of this land issue. You see that? So if you know you love yourself, you love your family, you love your life, try to settle anything that has to do with land issue. As per the Anambra people that are facing what they are facing now concerning the land matters, I will advise that this issue should be handled by the governor of the state and the traditional ruler of that community. I think if the governor of the state can summon the presence of the traditional ruler should be in good position to know how to settle the dispute, because he alone should have a better knowledge of the true families that own the land. Then he will invite the family, ask them if they really want to dispose the land. If they say no, he should give back the land to the rightful owner. That is just it. And that is the best way. You understand? That's the best way. So there shouldn't be violence, because violence is not the real key. You understand? It's not the real key. Okay? So please, my dear viewers, based on this issue, what do you think? What's your advice? What's your feel concerning this? Please, deem it fit to leave your comments below the comment section. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.